this is George. I just saw Frazier. I don't know if he zipped out, but he's definitely with us, as you guys can see. Real talk with George and Frazier. Frazier, can you hear me? Can you hear me? We can't hear you. Uh, Looks like he's in the hospital again. So we'll just give him a minute to log back in and see. See. Hold on a minute.
Okay. Can you hear me
All
now?
right. Yeah, we can hear you now.
There we go. Had a little adjustment. Come back in. Technical difficulties in hospital.
Yeah, definitely all good, brother. Thank you for taking the time and making the show, even though you're in the hospital, getting what you got to get done. That being said, how you feeling today, brother?
Oh man, I'm feeling peachy.
Okay,
My
okay,
therapy when I get going back in action. Let's go.
okay. Okay.
You
Well, you know,
already know.
oh yeah, absolutely. We got a show today. We got an artist that'll be um here with us shortly. Do me a favor, Fraser. Hold your camera up because you're rocking it back and forth in the chair. There
Oh,
we go.
oh. I thought I want to slight earthquake. No worry. I'm okay. Good. Okay. I know.
No doubt, no doubt.
George, man. George, you hear all the new moves in NFL this year? This
No.
this George. It's no loyalty no more, man. Where's the loyalty in sports anymore, man? It's about money now. It's about all money. It's officially about money now. I had to say about money, George.
Yes, it absolutely is about money. It always has been about money. If anybody thinks that it hasn't been about money, you are sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. Um, I mean, what else can you say about it and how it works? I understand the life cycle of professional players. I understand getting as much money as you can get, but the fans are more loyal to the teams than the players are when it comes to certain things. And look, it's business. Any other business you get into, you know, professional sports, unfortunately, the athletes put their bodies on the line. So they really just have a shorter lifespan in that particular sport, so to speak. How many more injuries can you get before it becomes chronic and you can't participate in that sport anymore? So the way that I always see it is, and I always tell my son because he's talking about being a professional athlete, is you have a finite amount of time in
Yeah.
that particular sport. So you have to make as much money as you can in that sport to propel you after the sport. So what does that mean per se? When I tell him, I'm going, look, let's say you make $10 million. That $10 million has to last you 20 years after you get done playing the game. It's just that
Exactly.
simple. And so when you look over that horizon that way and you don't have a long longevity in professional sports, because the average lifespan for every professional athlete is really under 3 years if you look at the entire average of what
Yeah.
they've
Now,
done
yeah.
in
You're
the
right.
sport. So just imagine you got to make a lifetime worth of money in under 3 years. You see what I'm
Yeah. Hey, George. More than some watch, they kept saying, "Oh, he made it. He doing this. He's sitting up." George, out of all teams in NFL you picked, he picked the Cleveland Browns. But here's why, George. Here's why. They and $280 million, George.
quarter of a billion dollars, more than a quarter of a billion dollars.
And $80 million. And 186 of that is guaranteed, George. 186 million that is guaranteed money. Guaranteed money, George. So I'm starting to figure out who dumb in this picture. They call this man. He dumb not playing last year. He not doing this. He ain't play. This man just banked almost the same amount of money as Tom Brady did, Lamar Jackson, and on top of that, he just surpassed Russell Wilson. Because Russell Wilson got traded to Denver Broncos.
Hmm.
So come on, man. I don't know. I'm confused how you just feeling dumb. If it me sitting out for a whole year, I get $280 million to play next year. I think I'll do it too. 880 that guaranteed to you. I'll do it too. I'll sit.
Oh yeah,
I'm
look,
fresh. No
no doubt
injuries.
about it.
No
No doubt
bruise.
about it. Okay, because the thing about that I don't understand is I respect his agent. I respect everybody that went and negotiated that deal for him because it's not the price that really bothers me. You can ask for whatever you want. It's the people that are giving you that particular amount of money. Because what they normally do is when they put those guarantees on it, and this is what I tell everybody all the time, you handcuff your team budget for that particular amount of time on that contract because it's
Yep.
guaranteed money. That means that that particular amount of money cannot leave for somebody else. And when you put guarantees on it, he could get hurt and he still got that guarantee money, you know. And it just doesn't make any sense when people continue to keep doing that unless they have these particular clauses now where they say, okay, it's guaranteed, but I don't see that. I don't see that, you know.
Yeah. But my thing, and the thing is too, you got a bank quarterback and Baker Mayfield on your roster. So you got to make a decision. Who's gonna be your starter? Your $280 million guy you just picked up, or the guy who you paying God knows the money to, and who wants to trade.
Hmm.
But thing is, who want Baker Mayfield? That's
Hmm.
the thing. Who actually will take a chance on Baker Mayfield? There's no team out there who fits his criteria for one. Second of all, who'll take his ego? That's two. So then you look at this. He came with Cleveland Brown. He took him to the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. I give him that. I'm give him that. He didn't get to hear a playoff quarterback. He's a playoff quarterback, but he's a first rounder playoff quarterback.
Hmm.
He can't get to the second and third round or to the big show. Now, if they man do a switch like the Ram did and come out of gold mine when they switched up golf for Stanford for Stanford when he just killed it and then took him to a first year, then big difference. That's
Right.
a big difference. But that's a risk, a gamble you have to take and pray that it goes through. You can be a hero or you're gonna be a dud and everybody gonna hate you. Take your pick. Either or. That's a risk you take. You know? I mean, it real about it. I mean, now we get okay, go Dolphins, go my team, home team. They go to home team, right? You got a quarterback who never had O line. They
Hmm.
actually blocked for this man,
Hmm.
right? Took a lot of criticism, right? So this year they trying to get more offensive line player. But here's the thing: what do you do in the draft?
Right.
See, how do you meet the needs in the draft? Because guess what? I looked at the draft; they're okay, but there's nobody that can start immediately and make an impact in this
Hmm.
draft. There's nobody immediate impacts.
Hmm.
You got quarterbacks, running backs, but your need is an offensive lineman that can start right away, who's aggressive enough to maintain that throughout the whole entire season.
Right.
Because see, remember, O linemen, people understand O linemen, they get beat up all the way around. You in the trenches
Yes.
day in, day out. You get hit, you get bumped, you get hit, you get bumped, you hit somebody else. And you never leave the field from when you're tired. You constantly on that field. So every other player on that field who get rest, old lineman once on the offense field, he just not getting any rest unless they score a touchdown or all three downs out. That's the only time
Right.
they get a rest.
Right.
So the real thing is, old lineman is a key, but you need somebody who has endurance, who can balance it out, and at the same time, that can blend quickly. The
Right.
Browns have a problem. The Dolphins had a problem. I mean, numerous teams had that problem. That's why they're seeking out players like Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, so valuable right now. Because they can make plays happen with their legs. Josh Allen. So
Hmm.
Allen decided this contract because no why? They can't afford to let him go nowhere. They
Right.
can't afford to go nowhere because the line is not that good. So they can't. I told everybody this. The year of the pocket quarterback is very slim. The Dan Marinos, the Elways, the Aaron Rodgers, they dying out very quickly. Cause know why? Nobody wants to pay the money for offensive line. They don't want to pay that money. So they be real about it. If you didn't pay no money, you in trouble. You
Well,
see what
let's
I'm
talk
saying?
about Aaron Rodgers. Do you think that that was a great deal? I mean, I don't even see what they saw in all that money and the guarantee money for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback. You know, some people say he's a great quarterback. but he can't complete the assignment as far as I'm concerned. Like if you pay somebody that amount of money, Frage, you're paying them that amount of money because they went to the Super Bowl, win, lose, or draw, and they kept going and they kept going and they kept going. My question is, what do they expect to get out of that particular team with that much money that was spent? Okay. Um, for Aaron Rodgers, who can they bring to the team?
That's the thing. Well, I mean, it's like you you trade one of your top ranked receivers because you see your attitude. He won't get along with Aaron Rodgers as much. But guess what? Who do you have with the skill set that he has? They read about it. They got a little receivers out there, but they don't have the skill set. Now, you can get lucky and pull one off somebody's bench who actually still good, who's good, but then they'll give him a chance and
Hmm.
hope a miracle happens. It happened plenty of time before, you know. Because look at Dolphins. Half the Dolphin receivers are not top ranked picks, but guess what? They turn into picks.
Hmm.
It turned into it. See, if you're a type of team that can develop players, even though past the surpassed college era and everything else, then you're good. But if you're a team that is totally rely on the college to perfect them and get them right for NFL, you're in trouble.
Right.
You're in trouble because there's a lot of players that can make this, they can make it, but can't make it.
Right.
How many first round draft picks receivers came out that disappear? You never hear about it no more.
That's right.
They sit on the bench and disappear. You pay all that money to get them there, but they ain't produce. Not the fact they ain't produce, it's the fact of the matter they lack certain skills that they didn't pick up in college that you're not willing to teach them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I can get a player, you can get a player who has all the speed in the world but don't have no hands. Because the quarter he had threw it short passes. He never threw a long pass to him. We had to run the pass down. Guess what? You got to teach that to him now. But nobody want to do that.
Well, let me ask you the question as far as player development, because we're seeing that in college on both sides of the fence, no matter what particular sport you're in, basketball, football, you know, and a lot of play. Is that the player's responsibility or is that the team responsibility? Because as a professional athlete, and the reason why I'm asking you this is there's going to be a lot of underdeveloped college players for the next 4 years because of this COVID thing, because of this reclass, because the players now are getting smarter and they're going ahead phrase and they're transferring. I mean, I heard a stunning figure this weekend that blew my mind. Because of COVID, a lot of the returning seniors and then the juniors and everybody else, you know how many transfer students that were on the list this past year that were either at poor schools or not poor schools, low ranking schools that said, you know what, I want to take my talent to a college that I know can get to the Sweet 16 or go
Yeah.
to the Final Four. 1,000 students, Frage, for only for only 360 spots. That's how many transfer students that put their name in the bucket to say, okay, I'm leaving Texas because nobody heard, and I'm transferring to Duke or I'm transferring to Villanova, to take
Yeah.
my skills there because they have a better shot of winning the entire March Madness tournament. I mean, that was just completely crazy for me. And then the thing about that too that people don't understand is that whole COVID relief consignment for the college players. It's not just for junior and seniors. It's for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and
Yep.
seniors. They all get it. And so that will not stop until the fall of 2026 before you don't get that
Yep.
anymore. So you're going to have kids leaving this year, next year, and the year after that going into college, still competing with kids who got this COVID waiver. And I'm like, what's happening to college sports?
College sports is coming a business now. Remember, you always say it was a business, but they never had the proof to show it's business, but it's business now. The reason why I say this, you allow players now to do the same thing they do in NFL. If you're not happy with that place, you can get out of it. If you're not happy with this, you can get out of it. You don't like the coach, you get out of it. But then the fact of the matter, it's within you. It ain't got nothing to do with the coach, got nothing to do with nobody, it's you. You as a player must be able to put the ability in yourself and invest in yourself. That chasing girls, chasing all this fun, party, and everything, and invest in yourself and perfecting your craft. Remember, you're perfecting your craft. Sit in the room and learn plays. Learn the playbook. Don't half learn the playbook. Learn the playbook.
Right,
Once you learn how the ability of the coach thinks, it makes you a better player. Once you're a better player and become a coachable player, key thing is coachable. A lot of them 3,000 kids are not coachable. I know 3,000 kids are transferring. Only 1,000 kids are actually coachable. And out of 1,000 kids that are coachable, only 500 of them will actually probably get a shot on somebody's tryout roster, right? Now,
Yeah.
that tryout roster, only 150 of them actually gonna get picked out of that tryout roster, and the other ones gotta go to the second round school, third round school, so they won't miss out on that year and not get any film to show to the next school the following year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So think about it, you say, is it a player's fault, a coach fault? It goes on a player. Because think about it, the coach can only do so much on that field. I
Right.
can guide you so far without you doing the rest for you. If you don't want to do this, you're not gonna get there. You know, maybe for example, we're gonna take Curtis Portis. His college career was good. It was decent. It wasn't great. But guess what? He learned enough in college to understand to build yourself. You gotta have confidence for one. You gotta know what you're going for and what you're actually achieving and what you want to do. And you gotta understand one thing. You put 130%, not 100% no more. It's 130%. Like Kobe said, if you want to be better than everybody else, when everybody's sleeping, you working out,
Yeah.
busting your ass when everybody working. So by the time they wake up, now you start working out with them. So now you work out with the average players. But remember, you're
Yeah.
on time.
I agree with you 100%. It's always what, look, as an amateur athlete, I tell my son this all the time. When I went to the world championships, you know what motivated me? I was in the hyperweight division, phrase. So I was like, look, this is not even heavyweight. This is what you consider super heavyweight. So those
Exactly.
punches and kickings can even knock you out, even if they don't mean to. So you guys have me. I have to now sit there and say, in our division, the top three countries were Russia at the time, Poland, and Argentina. So I'm like, who are all those guys in my weight class that I'm going to be competing against that are doing everything, getting up in the morning, doing the things that I don't like to do, I don't want to do. Like me, I wasn't sponsored. I still had to work, when I got back. Whereas other guys in other countries probably got sponsorship. So if they got hurt, they could do whatever they want. And I'm like, no. When I get back from the UK on Sunday night, Monday morning I gotta go to work. There's no excuse about, oh, he got knocked out in the tournament, so now he's in London for a couple while because of a concussion. You can't fly until you're cleared to fly. This, that, and the third. And maybe, Frazier, just maybe that's why I played for the points. I didn't play to win because I'm like, look, there's no money in this. I'm just here to fulfill my dreams and not, do anything else to hurt myself or my family. But in my mind, that's why I lost because I didn't put everything on the line to win. I was playing for points. I wasn't playing to win the fight. But that's a good lesson too. So I'm saying that to say it's everything that the other guy is not doing that you have to put yourself to do, and it starts actually now. That's why I asked, is it the player's responsibility or is it the coach's responsibility? Because I'm going back to make my final point here. If I'm a professional organization and I pay you even $100,000, I expect all those things. I expect you not to have any deficiencies, even at $100,000.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm paying you to be a professional. So in that moment, you need to say, okay, these are my weaknesses that I have to strengthen, right? In order to be able to play at that level. That's like if you look at it just from a business standpoint and say, okay, I'm hiring a marketing director. But you hire the marketing director, but when you look at your advertising budget, you keep asking him, why are we spending so much money on advertising and not seeing any results? And he looks at you and goes, oh, I'm learning how to use Facebook, Google, and Instagram ads. That's why. So until I learn that, we're going to keep burning money until I can become proficient at that. No,
Exactly. That's
that
true.
that should be what you should be doing already. You should have been proficient already.
Go back to saying to add to that, George. You got to understand too. When you competing in something, you got to move one thing. Some of them players the same way you feel the same way. They compete for their life, even though they got sponsors. But guess what? If they lose the sponsor.
Yep.
They fighting for this more than just a sponsor. They fighting for a lot. You see what I'm saying? They fighting for the ability to be there, with not be able to pay to
Hmm.
be there and take care of their family at the same time. Because remember, see, you work to use your lifetime, but that's their lifetime sport.
Hmm.
Russia, all them, that's all they do. They essentially to do just that. So when they bred, they tell when they little kids who gonna be what, who gonna do what, who gonna do what. They thought I'm perfecting kids like kids. See here, like me, I'm 40 something years old, George, but I still go on the field and play. You know why? Because I knew what to take, what did it do. I use my mind, also my ability and my skills at the same time. Combine them both together, you're an athlete. You just want to be a player, you just focus on your skills. All you care about, can I do it? I can do it. I can do it. But athletes, they use their mind and their body to work together to accomplish their goal.
Mm-hmm.
You put your body on the line, but yes, you know how to put your body on the line. So you study that person. You make sure you know how to beat that person before you beat the on the field with that person.
Right.
I was never the guy that got picked in any sport. But when they put me on the field, that's when I showed my worth.
Right.
I had a motto is you may not see me here, but on that field you're gonna feel me. You're
That's
gonna know
right.
who I am, you're gonna know who I am, and you're gonna respect me on that field. Cause the old saying is warriors step on the field, kids stay behind.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? If you're a kid, stay on the bench. You're a warrior, you don't care who in front of you, you're gonna stand up to that person. So I have people 6'7", 300 pounds. I got 4'6", 300 pounds. It doesn't matter. I see you the same way every time. What to do to get beat you? What are your weaknesses? I start doing a SWOT analysis on the field. I can tell you, you drop your shoulder left side too long. You're strength more on your right side. You pull more on your left side. You're gonna lean back when you're ready to block. I can tell everything you do before you do it and how you do it. That's how I perfect my skill, how to get past you. Because I tell anybody, anybody on the football field had the exact same skills you have. Any sport had the exact same skill you have. The only difference is what do you learn, how you apply it, and what do you do to achieve it above their knowledge. Because some kid lazy, George. Like you were saying, even though you said you wanted points, but guess what? The other party needed to put your body on the line to finish it. You said, "No, I gotta go home, family. I gotta do this." So I mean, some coaches, even in football, you know what I tell you? They said you're scared.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you're scared. You know I love you, you're my brother. You're my brother. I'm not saying that, but you scared of what happened if you lose.
Yeah.
You're scared of what happened if you lose that battle and you come on leg injury. You can't now. You can't work for your family. Can't provide food, whatever. But the truth of the matter is, if you go that far, who said that happens? Who say if you didn't kick the smack out of a guy 110% every time you kick them, you gonna break a leg, or you gonna break him, or you gonna win or lose? You know, the most anytime you get in a fight, for even to learn in Muay Thai is if you step to an opponent, they can smell fear from a mile away.
Oh yeah.
They can smell it. They can smell you ain't gonna put your whole 110%. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna throw every punch, every blow. They're gonna make you quit. Cause you're not there to win. You're there to represent. Just be yourself. Say you made it. You just want to show up
Yeah.
and participate. And they be real about participators do not win championships.
Oh yeah.
Participators do not be picked on teams that make $250,000 a year. The son Washington didn't get that $280 million by selling a pick. You know why? He proved his worth throughout the years to a point where a team will say, you know what? He ain't played the whole year. He ain't bruised up. So I'm getting a fresh Deshaun Watson. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
getting banged up Deshaun Watson. I'm getting a fresh Deshaun Watson. That's so rare to like Lamar Jackson right now. He can go somewhere, but he probably won't get $280 million off rip.
That's right.
He got beat up a whole season. They gotta make sure his leg good, his physical good. Deshaun Watson can pass his physical right now. Deshaun Watson did what Mayweather did in boxing. I'm gonna show up when I get paid, when it counts. See, now they paying me, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna do what I think. Cause they paying me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Same with Mayweather did. I only fight when you paying me to. I'm not preparing myself, not putting my body to use. My body gonna be 120% when you pay me. And I'm gonna give you that in that match. That's why you're undefeated. It wasn't because, oh, he had me to fight. Look at Pacquiao. He did how many fights Pacquiao did? His body was beat and banged up to the point where he had to use the excuse when he lost to say, "Oh my God, I broke my shoulder. Oh, I was injured before this happens." They don't look good to your athlete. You're a warrior. Does he expect that to happen to you? If you go out there expecting like your head knocked off, you're in trouble. If you go any sport expect you not get banged up, hit, bruised up, you're in trouble. You're
Oh
in
yeah.
the wrong type of business because that's why I say football now is getting soft because the fact of the matter is I'm a referee. I love safety, they're wrong. But You getting paid $100 million to get your head knocked off. They be right about it. No sugarcoating. You getting paid to get your head knocked off. You getting paid to take the hard hits. You getting paid to deliver hard hits. Cause why? You're an entertainer. However you look at it, however you put it, when you on that football field, you have to entertain the fans. The fans don't want to see somebody get tackle football. That's why tackle football ain't get paid $1 million.
Right.
Because you ain't getting your head knocked off. Look at hockey. Hockey now getting paid money because they're getting their head knocked off.
Right.
Anytime a sport gets to a point where it gets brutal or whatever, they get money. UFC declining. You know why? It's not enough brutality anymore. They get more softer now.
Oh, it's not soft. The thing is, the UFC has become super saturated. I just want to interject that before we go. Okay. They're getting super saturated. And so now you have other companies like One coming in and saying, okay, look, let me put it to you like this. It's the excitement. Remember when Pride had the head kicks and the soccer kicks and all that stuff, and you could knee on the ground?
Yeah,
That's what made Pride because that was like, okay, that's more fighting. One FC now has that. You can kick to the ground, head kicks, and also knee on the ground. So now all of a sudden the fighter has to become more crafty. Whereas the UFC said you can never ever ever do that because they saw the potential down the road of what could happen. And so now they become super saturated and they change the rules a little bit to make sure that the fighters, okay, fighter safety, this, that, and the third. Yeah, you got a guy that's coming in, a soccer kick while you're laying on the ground or a knee is really, really, really bad. But it was also very exciting. So, I mean,
yeah,
I definitely agree with you when it comes to that. The level of intensity definitely changes the way of the game. Really
exactly.
quick, we have an announcement to make. We're going to have to reschedule this show with Steez. Um, we will definitely bring him back.
Definitely.
I want to thank you for taking the time, brother, even though you're in the hospital right now, to come and talk on the show with us and talk some sports.
You know,
And we definitely have to hold it here. Hey, this is George,
hey, this is Fred.
and that was Real Talk with George and Frazier. Peace, y'all.
Peace out.